and for years after. But anyway, I have been celebrating World Tarot Day for 18 years now. So I always like to offer some free mini readings to people. I want to see how many people are going to come on. So just bear with me, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the tarot, and I can see your chats. And I'm so glad this worked out, because earlier today I was trying to do StreamYard and that wasn't working because it said only 6 people could come on. I know there's going to be more people. And I was trying to go, well, last minute backup, Mercury Retrograde. I'll go live on Facebook, and this didn't work until the last minute. So yay. Okay. So hi, everybody. Ruzika. Hi, Ruzika. Some friends of mine are there. Hi, Daniela. Hi, no matter who. And Alita. Nice to see you all. So again, yeah, I'm just going to chit chat here for a bit. Hi, Steph. Oh, that's you. Okay. Oops, I gave you away. All right. So I'm just going to smudge everybody a little bit here in this virtual room. So tarot. So I have been teaching workshops on the tarot for many years at the beautiful Grail Springs Wellness Spa up in Bancroft, Ontario for the last 10 years, actually, and before then as well. And how did I get into the tarot? Well, I've always been very psychic. Hi, Tracy. I've always been very psychic and very intuitive. And I think I bought my first tarot deck when I was about 16 or 17. And it was the Rider-Waite deck, which is now called the Rider-Waite Smith deck, of course, to honor Pamela Coleman Smith, who was the artist who painted all those beautiful images. And I was really quite fascinated with it because I was always interested in symbols and things like that. But I honestly, I really did not like the imagery. And in those days, this is way back when, there was maybe only 30 published tarot decks. Now there's thousands and thousands because the tarot has like taken off like crazy. So I kind of put it away, got into studying esoteric stuff and symbols and about witches, and because I knew I had been a witch in a past life. I'd had past life memories since I was 5 or 6 years old. And anyway, and then studied astrology because I kept meeting astrologers. And then years later saw an article in the paper about a woman who was a psychotherapist who was using tarot in her therapy, and that rang the bell. And I went, okay, I have to study with her. And she was teaching synchronistically. Somebody told me she was teaching workshops, so that's my first tarot teacher. And she had about 300 decks in those days, actually. And I actually met Rachel Pollack, who's one of the grandmothers of tarot, came to Toronto at that time. That was in the early 90s. And then I studied with another tarot teacher who was a very also esoteric teacher, like my private astrology teacher. And he was like a walking encyclopedia of tarot. So I had to study Kabbalah. And it was a good thing I knew the astrology before I studied tarot, because, I picked the Thoth Tarot, which has been my go-to deck for all those years, actually, because it has the astrology symbols on it, right? And I do have other tarot decks. And speaking of other tarot decks, I want to bring your attention to this beautiful deck. This is by a friend of mine, Gabby Angus West, who's a very talented teacher. And this is her latest deck. I guess it's backwards. It's called the Avatara Tarot. And I remember when she first got the inspiration, she had asked me to work with it, and then she kind of took off with it. But I wrote a little intro for her, and it's a really beautiful deck. So if you want to check out a new deck, it's all based on Frida Kahlo. I think one of the problems was we couldn't infringe on the Frida Kahlo. Anyway, she's got a very unique style, and she's made a number of decks. So there's that one. But of course, there are thousands and thousands of tarot decks like this one. This is a funky little deck called the Tarot Metamorphosis, thousands of different tarot decks these days. So, you can pick your own tarot deck. I think there's those old myths that somebody has to gift you a deck. That's not true. Whatever deck, calls you, that's the one you should work with. Okay. So I'm going to wait a bit more to see if there's some more people coming on here. I do usually offer, monthly astrology tarot free readings for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, usually just before the beginning of the next month, and that's usually on their Facebook page or on YouTube. So you can join me for that as well. So I'm not going to be playing with a full deck here today, because I thought I do like to work with the 22 major arcana. So for people who don't really know what the tarot is actually an encoded 78 card. Traditionally, a real tarot deck always has 78 cards, encoded path to enlightenment or ensoulment. Actually, I like that word better, ensoulment, to connect you with your higher or your infinite self. Okay, That is the whole point. So the tarot talks about the soul's whole journey, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. So the 22 major arcana, or trumps in the tarot, of course, I haven't said I don't like to use the word trumps because of you know why. Hi, Susan. But trumps is originally what these cards are called: trumps, triumphs, or trumpets, actually. And the tarot originated, as far as we know. There are different scholarly research. There's museums of the tarot in Italy. The first decks were mainly published in Italy in the Renaissance by the very wealthy patrons as a game. So it was called tarocchi, and it was a game that they played. And that's why that very traditional churchy kind of imagery exists in most of the old decks. But there are apparently Arabic decks similar that go back to the 1200s, I think, the 1300s, as they keep doing research and finding more about it. There's different beliefs about where the tarot came from. Okay, but the modern kind of esoteric tarot was really started by one man, and encoded the tarot with the Kabbalah. And there is no such thing as synchronicity. So of course the 22 major arcana, which existed in the Renaissance, there was this incredible flourishing of Christianity, Christian mysticism, Jewish mysticism, and Arabic Muslim mysticism. So at that point, everybody got along. Everything was copacetic, right? So that's how this came about. Okay, so there are 22 Hebrew letters in the alphabet, and from the Jewish mystical tradition, the word, in the beginning was the word. In the Bible it says that the word is the vibration, or like Om in Sanskrit. So each letter has a sound, and the lead syllable carries that energy. So that's why in the Jewish tradition you're not supposed to be able to say the name of God. It's the ineffable name of God, although there's 72 names of God. 72 is also a sacred number, having to do with a star. A star moves 1 degree every 72 years. Okay, so it all dovetails, right? So in the tarot, the 22 major arcana, the first time you have a tarot reading, you're considered to embody the Fool. So this is the 0, first card in the tarot, also number 22. So 0 is the beginning, it's the eternal round, it's the infinite circle, and it's also 22. So it's the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. Okay, so the tarot goes through the different cards. I think most people are familiar with those. I thought that I would also use the aces, because the aces of the 4 suits, earth, fire, earth, air, water, are the like acorns. They're the initial beginning. So what I thought is, I'm also using some, cards of gain, success, the wishing card, love. And I thought I would also use the court cards. So the court cards are a little bit mysterious. So, and also they tie into astrology. So this is Aries, the Queen of Wands. Now, this is the Thoth Tarot. So, there's slightly different attributes with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So this is Aries. Taurus is called the Prince of Discs. Gemini is the Knight of Swords. So if these are your astrology signs, these were the cards that you would be working with. Now, you have to look at the correspondence between this deck and the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The Queen of Cups is Cancer. You can see she's very watery. She's reflecting. There we go. Reflecting. Okay. Leo, you can see that's undeniably Leo, the Prince of Wands. Now, this deck is more feminist-based deck, honestly, than most of the other decks. Okay. The Knight of Discs, Virgo, you can see it's related to the harvest. The Queen of Swords. Swords is air, the mind. This is Libra, cutting off the mental imbalances. The Prince of Cups, Scorpio, water. The Knight of Wands, clearly Sagittarius, fire. The Queen of Discs, earth. There she is, surveying her earthly realm. The Prince of Swords, Aquarius, air sign. And the Knight of Cups, Pisces. Okay, so I thought I would bring those in as well, so that if you have, and I'm going to shuffle all the cards here up, and so if anybody has how are we going to do this? I guess I'll ask people who wants to have a reading first, and maybe I'll go in order of who showed up first. So Alita showed up first. So Alita, so what I'm going to do is I've got my special crystal here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to smudge my crystal. So just, think about whatever it is you want to know about. Can you just let me know what your astrology sign is and just type it in there? And then I'll do people in order of when they showed up. So first come, first served. Okay. Okay. So Alita, can you please just astrology sign is? I mean, if you know most people know what they call the big three: your sun, your moon, your rising sign. Okay. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead. I don't see you typing anything here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's Steph. Okay, so Steph popped in first. Okay. All right, so since Steph popped in first, Libra, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising. Okay, so Steph, I'm just going to think about you, and I'm shuffling the tarot cards. So I'm just going to do a very quick, kind of like a 3, 4, 5 card reading. Usually I do a 5 card reading. Okay, so Steph, Libra. Okay, you get the card of the Lovers here. Okay, so the Lovers is to pay attention to balance, to relationships. It is like the sign of Gemini. So, it'll relate to, as we get to Gemini, not too long from now. Of course, it's Mercury ruled. Mercury is retrograde right now. And so I would say it's about, look at where you have mental balance and focus. And it's always about loving yourself. Okay. Self-love. Okay. All right. Then you have the art card. Now, this is interesting. This is all about the Lovers here. This is the higher octave of the Lovers. The art card, the number 14, traditionally called Temperance, is about balancing and becoming the other. So the integrating the opposite sides of themselves so that they become the other. The masculine becomes feminine, the feminine becomes masculine. In this deck, it's called art, which means alchemy. So turning lead into gold. So whatever's been stopping you or blocking you to magically transform it. Okay, and it is also Sagittarius. So this is also called the sacred marriage card. So it's the higher octave of the Lovers, like Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, if you know astrology. So yeah, definitely all about relationships, teaching, Sagittarius teaching, working with higher education, publishing, writing, screenwriting is what's coming to mind. Okay, and then you get the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune here, the number 10, of course, is Jupiter. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Jupiter just entered Aries. And of course, on the weekend, there's going to be that blasting Mars-Jupiter conjunction at 3 degrees of Aries. So you might want to look at where that is in your chart, Steph. And so the Wheel of Fortune is always good. Abundance, things are moving. It's good luck, good fortune. Okay. And then you get the Hangman. So what do you need to let go of that's holding you back, where you're being a martyr or you're sabotaging yourself? Okay. You need to let go of that. Okay. Let go of things you cannot control. And then you get the Magician. So the Magician here is, of course, Mercury. So this has kind of really come full circle here. The Mercury is writing, communication, getting it out there, initiatives. Mars just entered Aries. So, of course, it's all about new beginnings. We're having a very rare Aries stellium. There's right now the moon is in Aries. It's very spontaneous. People are angry. Unfortunately, those shootings in the States happening just before Mars entered Aries, the moon in Aries, Jupiter in Aries, Chiron in Aries, Venus in Aries for the next few days. So new beginnings. So get on out there. Okay, Steph? All right. So now I'm going to shuffle the cards up. Okay, so Alita. Okay, so Alita, give me a second here. I'm going to just clear my throat a bit. Okay. All right. So Steph, you think about that and let me know what you think about that. All right. Think on it. Dream on it. So Alita, you're a Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, Alita, what does Alita need right now? All right. Okay. So you get this card here. This is a very special, unique card. I do use this deck just for this one special card. And it's called Da'at in Hebrew. And if you study the Kabbalah, there are 10 what they call spheres or pillars, 10 sephiro, it's called 10 worlds on the tree of life. And this is the invisible one. Now, even though those 10 sephiro don't relate to the outer planets traditionally, I would say that this one is like the higher octave of all of the planets. It's like the connection to your God self. I call this the calling card from your guardian angel. So Alita, your guardian angel is there. You just have to connect with it. So all you have to do is ask them to speak to you, to send you messages, to connect with you, to listen to your dreams. You know, it could be your personal guardian angel. Everybody has their own collective guardian angel as well. And I always work with the 4 archangels. So it's always good to call in your guardian angels. Okay. And also you're born early Scorpio there. So you would be connected by an easy aspect to the Archangel Gabriel. Excuse me, sorry. All right, that's a good one. Okay, now we get the universe here. So number 21 in the tarot. This is about realizing that you've learned all the lessons you needed to learn. And you go, okay, thank you. Been there, done that, learned that lesson. I'm moving on now. So make sure that you finish all the details. Now, this is Saturn. So it's practical. It's what's going on in your world. Okay. So the more you listen to your guardian angel, the better. And then you get the death cards. The death card number 13 is just about transformation, major change, letting go of what no longer serves your soul. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So I just felt like I just needed to do 3 for that. Okay. Okay. So who's next? I need to see who's next on the list there. Oh, they speak to you in your dreams. Okay, great. Okay. Hi, Mickey. Okay, so hi, Tracy. Who else? Who else would like a reading here? Some people I recognize, some people maybe I don't know who they are, so welcome. Let's see, Daniela. Daniela, would you like a reading? We're Twitter friends. Okay, nice. Hi, Mickey. I'm on Twitter a lot. Okay, Daniela, you're a Capricorn. Okay. What day? Capricorn, by the way? Okay. Early Capricorn, mid Capricorn, late Capricorn. It says Ruzika. Hi, Ruzika. Okay, we'll get to you, Ruzika. Okay, Daniela. Okay, so Daniela, just think about whatever it is you want to know about. I'm shuffling the tarot cards. I'm tuning into you. All right, so I'm just going to wait. I just do this by intuition. Okay, again, you also get the Lovers. Okay, so Daniela, if you're in a relationship, maybe you need to pay more attention to your relationship. If you don't have one, this is usually a symbol that you're ready for one, you're thinking about one. Again, if you want that relationship outside of yourself, you have to love yourself. You have to have that balance of the masculine and feminine. I know people don't like gender stuff these days, but really it's all about polarity. The gender politics is on top of it. Polarity is what it's all about. We live in a polaristic, dualistic universe. Everything works on opposites. That's how opposites attract, right? It's like, magnetic energy is really what it's all about. So the Lovers, again, thinking, communication, it's very open-minded, it's young. So be open to a new relationship, okay? And there could be a new relationship within yourself. Okay, again, you get the same, I did shuffle these cards. You get the same card here. This is the higher octave of the Lovers. So it could be like it's a 2-stage process. So once you learn to love yourself, then you really have to become empathetic. How does the feminine, which is traditionally the intuition, which traditionally leads, it's the emotions, the feminine, the intuition, the receptive leads, and then the masculine is action, follows that out. So they have to become each other. So you have to use your feminine, your intuition in an active way, and you have to use your action in an intuitive way. Okay. This is about alchemy, turning lead into gold. Okay. All right. Turning lead into gold. Transformation. Okay. And also you get the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune here, good luck. Things are moving on. Things are very positive. It's interesting that the cards are following in the same order here. And I did shuffle them. Letting go of shit that's just not yours. You don't need to get involved. You don't need to save anybody. You don't need to be a martyr. Okay. I know all Capricorns have been going through their major changes. Pluto's been moving through Capricorn. It's now at the last 2 degrees of Capricorn. So, depending on when your birthday is, you've already gone through that. Hi, Lori. Okay. All right. January the 1st. Okay. So more early Capricorn. Okay, Daniela. All right, so Ruzika. Okay, Ruzika is a friend of mine. She's an osteopath, an energy healer. She's a Virgo sun and Aries, Virgo sun and moon, double Virgo, Aries rising. So lots of earth and fire. Okay, so Ruzica. Whoops. Oh, wow. Okay, so a big card flip, 2 cards flipped out. Okay, so when that happens, this is what you're needing here. Okay, Lori, I'll get to you, my dear. All right, so 2 aces. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Discs. Okay, so these 2 cards, the aces are like the initiative, that's like the impulse, the acorn. So something new is starting, but it's just on the very archetypal level. If you know about the tree of life, everything has to go from the top of the tree of life. People are saying hi to each other. From the top of the tree of life, number 1 at the top, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is just, things are just in the archetypal stage. So tune into new ideas from on high, from your higher self, and then they're going to begin to take shape. They're going to begin to manifest. Okay, but it's a process. Okay, all right. So Ruzica, you also get this dot card. So your holy guardian angel is there, and it's ready, and it's listening to you. So you just need to connect more and more to your guardian angel. All right, and then you get the universe. So again, this is about completion of life lessons. It's like things coming full circle. It's about taking responsibility. It's about being more mature. It's about work. I mean, it's Saturn ruled. It's the universe or the world. It's like after you go through the enlightenment or you have the big epiphany, you know, you still have to pay your taxes and do your dirty laundry and all that regular physical stuff, which you know very much about it. So Saturn rules the bones. So if you're an osteopath, you know, this could represent bringing in a new kind of higher teaching or a new way of manifesting your work, I would say, Ruzica. Also taking more responsibility, you know, really owning it, really knowing what is yours, what you've created, what you're bringing in. And also, yeah, I just think it's like work well done, you know? Okay. All right. Okay. So now, who else was on that list there? Tracy. I'm going to go back a little bit here. Okay. So Tracy says she's an Aquarius, born right on that cusp. You know, the only real cusps, there isn't real cusps in astrology, right? You're either one sign or you're not. That's all there is to it. I mean, I have seen people born at 0 degrees of Aquarius, and usually on the 21st, 22nd is the changeover. So I don't know how much you know your chart. Let's just trust you're an Aquarius, Aries, Leo. So Aquarius, Aries, I assume is your, I don't know if that's your moon or your rising sign. Okay. So Tracy, let's tune into you for a bit here. Okay. So Tracy the Aquarius. Okay. You get the card of 6 of discs here. So this is the card of all the 6s are at the center, the source of the tree of life. So this is material success. Okay. So focusing on, the cards can also be used as meditations, or this one's very much like a mandala. Focusing on the heart, the rose at the center of this would be your heart center. Okay. And the number 6 is always about the 6-pointed star, which most people associate with, you know, the Jewish symbol, of course, which is a very ancient symbol from Egypt, from India, representing the balance of heaven and earth. So the upward pointing triangle is the masculine from the earth. It's centered on the earth, so it's the opposite of what we think about. You know, we think about Mother Earth, but technically the masculine is on the physical plane, grounded on the physical plane, yearning for spirit. That's why, you know, all the Judeo-Christian, Islamic religions want to ascend. And then the feminine is the downward pointing triangle. Okay. So the feminine comes from spirit. The feminine is the great void, is all that is. The goddess is everything. It is a feminine based universe. And she brings in soulment into the earth plane. Okay. So again, success. So you want to think about that 6-pointed star. It's also called a Merkabah, if you know about Jewish mysticism. And Drunvalo Melchizedek, who did the research, the 20 years of research on the flower of life that everybody uses as their logo, but nobody remembers that he was the one who did all the work, has very complex Merkabah. It is like the Chariot in the Tarot is a Merkabah, actually. Okay, and then you get the 10 of discs here. So again, more wealth. So lots of hard work. Focus on your material success. That first card was like the moon in Taurus. So what is your body telling you? What is your instincts telling you? Okay. So this is about seeing yourself as, you know, I already have everything I need. Okay. I have all the inner wealth. Okay. You never ask for what you want. You always affirm that you already have it because there is no time, right? Okay. And then you get again, the Nine of Discs here. So these are all very physical, tangible. This is gain, again, material gain as well. So very positive, financial, physical. If you need your body to be stronger, whatever the situation is. And then a new beginning on an emotional level. So maybe as you start to manifest more wealth or the feeling of inner wealth and success, then you emotionally also begin to open. Okay. And then things start to happen. This is the Ace of Fire or Wands. So things begin to manifest more. Okay. So I would say work on building up your own physical strength, and you're working on your career. Whatever makes you feel physically strong, that's the path to take. Okay. All right. So, okay. So I did Rusica, I did Tracy. Who wants to go next? I see there's a few more people on now. How about, who else did we do here? Lori. Okay. Hey, Lori. Lori, when is your birthday again? There's Rowan, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Okay. So, okay. Thank you, Tracy. So think about that. I mean, this is all very much in the moment. Okay. So Lori's a friend of mine, an Aquarius with a Gemini moon and Pisces rising. Okay. All right. So Lori, so just if you can, just tune into yourself. Just think about whatever it is you'd like to know about. So I'm going to tune into you using my crystal here, tune into your energy. It doesn't matter whether I know you or not. It's really just tuning into the energy. So while I shuffle my cards, Lori, just think about whatever it is you need to know about. Usually I do this in real time so I can hear you say, okay, and I'll stop, but I have to do this energetically, which works just fine too. All right. Okay. So again, material gain here, Lori. I know you're having a new website and a new launching of your business. So this is material gain and success. So this is good. You should be feeling positive. You can see the 10 coins represent the 10 spheres on the tree of life. Okay. So yeah, so the 10s, completion. It's the end of the cycle. It can't go anymore. It's going to start all over again. Okay. And then the 9 of discs, again, gain. I would say visualize what that looks like for you. I would say write it down. You need to feel ready to really receive it emotionally. Again, the Ace of Cups here, ready to receive the success. It's very important. And again, the Ace of Wands. I know the cards are repeating, but that's an energy thing. I have shuffled them up. Okay, but then you get also the Ace of Swords. So this is like, think about it, feel it, act on it, analyze it, think about it. Yeah, and then you get the Ace of Discs. So they're all, I knew that was going to happen. So then the new beginning happens. So I would say you need to maybe write out new affirmations, new visions, figure out how you're going to emotionally relate to your success, right? That's a big deal. Okay, let's pull one. Okay, and then you also get this Da'at card. So by connecting to your guardian angel or your infinite self and only listening to that, that's how you get the answers. Okay. So really feeling like you're working from service from your higher self. Really, you don't have to work technically with angels. Some people do it more technically. I mean, your higher self is always there. So they can be your own. They can be your own guardian angels, like in your family, people who have passed on, or the archetypal angels. Okay, so Lori's saying this has come up a few times. I ask for something, it starts coming my way, and then I resist receiving. Okay, so that is very important. So the aces might be you're just sort of beginning to be ready for this process. So I would say that's great. You want to go in and ask your higher self, what is it I'm resisting, or what part of me is resisting this? So this is like a process of focusing or really tuning in. It's good that you know that, and as I'm doing these readings for people, because it is World Tarot Day, of course these answers can apply to all of us because we're all kind of dreaming we're here together. So really listen to your higher self, go into your meditation, and ask, what I'm open, I'm ready, but what part of me is resisting? Okay, and really feel into your body. Okay, the body will always tell you, and you go with it. So wherever that's coming from, just receive it and bless it and go with it. Yeah, lots of forgiveness. Okay. All right, great. Thanks, Lori. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay, who else is on here? How about I get to Rowan, because Rowan is someone I don't know. I'm going to get to the people I do know too, but it's nice to Rowan, Leo Sun and Moon, double Leo, Virgo rising. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, Rowan, I've got time here, so I'll bear with me. And I hope there's something in these readings that you can all benefit and gain from as well. So Rowan, Leo, Sun and Moon. So what I'd like you to do then is just put your feet on the floor. Like this is how I do my readings with people. I'm tuning into you. I'm calling in your higher self, your guardian angel. That's what I tune to. And then, okay, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, you get the universe here. So Rowan, okay, you are Leo, Sun, and Moon. Okay, so a sense of completion. This is the number 21, the World card. So it can mean, are you ready to really launch yourself in the world? You know, Leos like to be center stage. You have to finish up maybe a previous cycle, like, and get it that you've learned these lessons before. Do you know what I mean? Been there, done that. Okay, I get it. Now I'm ready to move on to something completely different. Okay. Also taking yourself more seriously, you know, maturity, responsibility. It's about coming back down to earth, taking care of the practical details. Okay. And also getting the respect. Like, I don't know how old you are, so it's about the respect. Okay. Then you have the Scorpion card, the Death card. So it might be that you have to leave the old self, the old belief systems, the old emotional ties behind. You know, the Death card, something always has to die for something to be born. I know we're a death-fearing culture. Death just means change. Our body cells are always being born and dying every second, right? Trillions of them. So let go. Okay, this is what you need to let go of. Okay. Okay, and then you get the card of rebirth here. So this is an interesting process here. The number 20, in most tarot decks, this is called Judgment, and it relates to Judgment Day and the Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet on Judgment Day. So in this deck, it's called the Aeon. And also Rudolf Steiner talked about the Aeon, so it's kind of an esoteric term. It means definitely rebirth and not judging ourselves, okay? So this is the birth of the divine child, the inner child. It's also one of the three special, what they call mother or maternal letters or cards in the tarot. This is very much an initiation card, okay? So letting your inner child, and there's always the inner child healing work to do, come forward. It wants to play. Maybe you've been ignoring your inner child too much, and you need to, you know, listen to her and let her play, him, and play with them. And it's also just new beginnings in general. Okay. All right. Then you have the Moon card here. So the Moon card here, the number 18, this is the Pisces card. Now this is, you know, because the cards go in sequence, this is about facing your fears, facing your shadows. Okay. We all have to do that. And the shadows are always looming large on the world stage. So in order for that rebirth to happen, you have to face what you're most afraid of. Okay. But it's also the card of faith. It's Pisces, and Jupiter rules Pisces. And Jupiter just left Pisces, and it will return to Pisces actually the end of October until December the 20th. So we'll have another deja vu, go back to Jupiter and Pisces for a couple of months there to really soak up some more spiritual lessons for the world before we move on again for Jupiter and Aries. Listen to your dreams. This is a card that's very much about listening to your dreams, paying attention to your intuition, having faith that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's literally like the baby coming down the birth canal, still connected to the mother, still hearing her heartbeat, and then not knowing where it's going, but knowing it's safe, whatever happens. So it's kind of knowing its intuitive journey is to come out into the light from the dark, but still always being connected. Okay, the Moon. So facing fears and paranoia sometimes. Okay, and then you get the Empress here, the number 3 here, the Empress. This is the great mother. So again, she's the mother that nurtures unconditional love. Again, could be your mother itself, or a mother figure, or a powerful woman you work with, and just acting like that, nurturing, creative. You know, she's pregnant usually. Card. Okay. All right. All right. So if you want to think about all of that, Rowan, and see how that makes sense to you. Okay. Okay, so who else have we got here? So Susan. Okay, so Susan, I'll get to this new person, Amruta. Amruta, I'll get to you in a second too. Okay. Thank you for being here. Amruta is like Amrita. That's the nectar of the gods. I'm into name destiny, right? Okay, so Susan, my friend, out in BC there. Okay, yes. Pisces, Sun, Aquarius, Rising, Moon, and Scorpio. Okay, so Susan, you know what to do. So just think about whatever it is you want to know about. Keep both feet on the floor. I'm tuning into you. All right, so whenever calling in your guardian angels. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these cards up really well. You can see that, right? Okay. All right. The moon. Okay, so you're still going through the process, but you're almost at the end. This is Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, okay? I know it's been challenging. I know it feels like there's never going to be an end to this. There always seems to be some other shadow or something coming up from my unconscious that's being projected out. But again, have faith, okay? Have faith, and again, maybe it can indicate, until Jupiter re-enters Pisces again, that there will be justice coming to you. Okay. So really, just stay focused on that goal. Okay. On that rebirth. All right. Okay. And then you have the Empress here. So of course, this has to do with family, a mother figure, a powerful woman in your life, or more than one, who's part of all this. But you also need to be the nurturing mother to yourself, and give yourself unconditional love and support through all of this in every way. Okay. And then you get the Chariot here. So the number 7 here, I was mentioning before, the Merkaba. So this is actually the number 7. I'm doing a little teaching here while I'm doing the readings. The number 7, the Chariot, represents that you need to feel like you're in the driver's seat, Susan, okay? It is like the sign of Cancer as well. So we've gotten all the feminine, all the water signs here, Pisces, and you've got some Pisces, and also this is Cancer. So it's about your home, it's about family. It's been a roller coaster. This is a very powerful card for meditation. There is a whole branch of Jewish mysticism, which is called the Merkaba teachings, and it's literally about working with this image. So I would visualize, this is if you need protection, if anybody feels they need psychic protection, not just Susan here, you would visualize yourself as seated in this golden armor. Okay, the golden armor, you can see it's got the crab on the top of the head, and it's got the canopy. When Jewish people get married, they get married under the canopy. That's protection. And the Chariot really symbolizes your emotional body. So you need to be in perfect control in your emotional body to move ahead, because it's it's going to be very up and down. It's the wave, right? So see yourself putting on this golden armor. It's got all the jewels for all of the 12 constellations, the 12 signs, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12, Jesus's followers, disciples, that number 12, half the hours in a day. So see yourself in the driver's seat, okay? And the wheel that the charioteer is holding is the wheel of karma, right? Or dharma. So you're in control of that, okay? So very protective energy, okay? Protects you against all kinds of negative entities. All right, and then you get justice here, Susan. Okay, so this is what I believe you're looking for: the balance, the justice, finally, the karmic ending here. Okay, so that looks like you're going to get that. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. So let me go back a bit here. I think Barbara was first. I'm just kind of doing this in order. Let's see. Okay, Barbara, and then I'll get to this. Get to you, the new person. So Barbara, you have to tell me your birth stuff again. Okay, Barbara, where are you? Barbara, I should know this. I don't know it off the top of my head, though. So Barbara, you got to tell me when your birthday is. Otherwise, I'm going to go on to Amruta here, because she said she would love a reading. Aquarius Sun again, Moon in Cancer, Ascendant Taurus. Okay, so Amruta, so what you need to do is hi Iga, friends are coming on now. What you need to do is just sit with both feet on the floor and sit up straight. And if you can, to close your eyes and take a deep breath and put your hands on your heart. Actually, I recommend even better is to put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your womb, or your uterus, or your spirit womb, because that, for women especially, balances both those polarities in your body, the masculine and the feminine. So just think about Amruta, whatever it is you want to know about, and I'm just tuning into you, and I'll get to you, Barbara. And whoever else wants readings. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I get a little signal in my crown chakra when I should stop. Okay, so Amruta, this is the card of the Hangman. Now, for most people who don't know the tarot, this one kind of freaks them out. They always want to do this, of course, but the Hangman is also one of those three special, what they call maternal cards in the tarot. So the first one is the Fool, 0 and 22. And then this one, number 12, and also number 20, which is judgment or justice. Okay, so this is all about letting go, like giving it up to God, spirit, the great mystery, whatever your personal connection to spirit is, letting go. You know, there's some things we cannot control. Okay, you're an Aquarius, and you've got Taurus. Those are both fixed signs, so they like to be in control. Just let go, and also do not be the martyr. If your moon is in Cancer, you need to be needed, and you tend to, you know, give in to other people. So this is about letting go of it. Can be any issue where, you know what, I've tried everything, I can't figure it out. I'm just going to trust that the universe is going to take care of it. So kind of lighten your load there. Okay, but don't be the martyr. Don't be the scapegoat. You have to stop that. You need boundaries. So this is the Magician here, the number 1 card in the tarot. This is about communication. So the communication about whatever the situation is needs to start in a brand new way. So there has to be some new thought forms, new ways of communicating, like thinking differently, thinking outside the box, I would say. And again, that can be just speaking up for yourself in a new way. You know, like I don't need to take this anymore. Okay. And then you have the card of the Fool here. So Amruta, I don't know if you've had tarot card readings before, but if you have the Fool, don't laugh. The Fool is the wisest of all the cards in the tarot. And so really, World Tarot Day is based on this card, the Fool. He's 0 and 22. And I mean, even though he's always traditionally pictured as a young boy, the soul is always considered to be feminine. You know, it's the anima, the soul, or psyche. Okay. So this is always about a brand new beginning, 0, 22, infinite. So this is where you connect to your higher self very much. So the Fool lives totally in the moment. It is the divine inner child who doesn't care what other people think. You know, I don't care. I'll be the Fool. It's okay. Because you're an old soul. You've been around the block already a million times. So it doesn't matter what other people think. So being true to yourself, to your own inner child. So again, listen to your own inner child first. What does it need to feel safe? Okay. All right. I'm going to pick one more card here. And then you get the Queen of Wands here. Now, this is Aries. Okay. So again, Aries, like right now, we've got this big, very rare Aries, what they call a stellium, many planets in Aries. It hasn't happened like in many, many years. So Moon in Aries today, action, lots of energy, anger, impulsive, headaches. People might be getting headaches. Aries rules the head. Also Mars in Aries. Mars rules Aries. So while Mars is in Aries from yesterday till July the 4th or 5th, you know, it's really go, go, go time. Okay. Jupiter's in Aries, Chiron's in Aries, Venus is exiting Aries, but lots of Aries. So new beginnings, so new starts. And she's very much like the warriors, right? You can see that. Okay. And then you have the Prince of Discs. So this is Taurus energy. So again, backing the impulse up with the body. Okay. It's got to be real. Okay. It needs to be solid. You need to be stubborn. This is Taurus energy, right? So you have your ascendant in Taurus. So just, you know, you don't need to budge if you don't really feel like it. Okay. All right. Okay. So Amruta, so I hope that helps you. So just think about that and, you know, let that sink in. You know, sometimes the readings don't make sense right away. See, there's more people coming on. Okay. Rowan's saying, thank you. Resonated. So somebody named AP. Hi, AP. Some new people here. Okay. Barbara. Let me get back to Barbara. I'm going back. So please don't be offended. I'm sort of trying to keep these in order. Barbara, double Pisces, Virgo rising. Right. Okay. So Barbara. Again, what you need to do is to just sit with your feet on the ground and just take a deep breath and put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your womb space, your uterus there. Just take a deep breath and just think about whatever it is you need to know about. I know you're also out in BC. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Sometimes I get a real, you know, tarot cards reading is not just reading the cards literally. It's very intuitive. So I get a little, my higher self kind of opens up there. Okay, you get the Prince of Discs here, Barbara. So again, this is about your physical body, your material wealth. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so anything to do with beauty. I know you make films and things like that. But moving forward, I would say with a project, staying really focused. That's Taurus. They get the job done. That was the message I got here today, was that Taurus is always get stuff done. Okay, now, okay, so Knight of Swords here. Again, this can relate to a person, a Gemini, but also about communicating. Could be working in a partnership with someone, so expanding your message, getting it out there. That's a good thing. Lots of new ideas. Your brain's working overtime. Mercury's retrograde, yeah, we know, but it still can be good. And then you have the Queen of Cups. So this has to do with your home, where you live. Are you happy there? Or maybe retreating into yourself a little bit more, doing some reflection, okay, as well. Sentimental issues with family. And then you get the Prince of Wands. So these are, you're getting all the court cards here. So again, this is Leo. Now, again, these can relate to timing. So of course, these are going in order. It was like right now, the Sun's in Taurus, then Gemini, then Cancer, then this is Leo. So again, yeah, being ready to be the star of the show. Now, this could be also putting new energy into a project you've done before, really commanding that attention. Leo likes to play. It's time to have fun. It's time to party. It's time to lighten up. Leo ruled by the sun. So I would say by, the end of July, this is a really positive energy. Okay. Now, this can also relate to people in your life. Okay. With those signs. Okay. And then you get, this is going in order here, Knight of Discs. So this is harvesting. So think about what you want to harvest at the end of all this. Also, it's paying attention to your health. If you have some challenging health issues, the Leo card there is always about doing what makes you happy and brings you joy and lights you up. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. Okay. Okay, so people are saying that the readings are resonating with them. Hi, Alana. Okay, AP would like a reading. Hi, AP. Okay, so let me get back to Iga here. Iga. Cancer Sun, Moon, Cancer Sun, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Ascendant Virgo. Okay, so all earth and water. Okay. All right. So Iga, so what you need to do also, put your right hand on your heart, put your left hand, on your womb space, and just take a deep breath and just think about what you want to know about Iga. So I'm just tuning into you. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Okay, so you get the Prince of Cups here. Now, the Prince of Cups, because these court cards are personality cards, this is Scorpio. So this can be a Scorpio person in your life. Could also relate to you. If you know your astrology chart, you might want to look at what's going on in your Scorpio part of your chart. Okay, but Scorpio is all about feeling all the feelings, but stepping back. Okay, stepping back and watching it from a distance. Scorpios go through 3 different levels of awareness. Okay, so at the lowest level, Scorpios at that, oh my God, you're a Scorpio. This is where they do the sting thing, That's only when they're unconscious. But as Scorpios evolve, they evolve into the eagle, which flies higher. And this is the more evolved part of Scorpio, where you feel all the feelings, you don't react to them, you don't hurt other people, you don't hurt yourself. And eventually Scorpio rises to the height of the phoenix, where it reconstitutes itself from its own ashes. So, this is what this is all about. So a major transformation is going on in your life. Okay, so let that happen. And then you have the card of Sagittarius here. So this has to do with, again, these are going in order, it seems. So that could have to do with that time of the year when we get to Scorpio, the end of October into the end of November, and then it's Sagittarius here. Now this can do with traveling, higher education, teaching, publishing, inspiration, being much more positive about things, okay? And horses, I was thinking about horses while I was tuning into you. So horses, working with animals, it could be a new project that you get involved with, working with horses. But you need to think about what you're doing in terms of your work. So you need to sit back again, kind of survey your own landscape. This is Capricorn energy. So by the end of this year or the beginning of 2023, we're almost 6 months into the year. I know that's hard to believe. Where do I want to be in 6 months? And what do I want to accomplish and complete over X number of years? Because this is Capricorn. So you want to think about, where do I want to be 7 years from now, 14 years from now? You know what I mean? Yeah, and be much more discerning about where you put your energy. Okay. All right. Yeah. So here, this is the Prince of Swords here. So this is Aquarius. So these are all in order here. Again, could be too many ideas come to you, or there's too much going on right now. You could be too distracted. Things are pulling you in too many different directions. So again, being discerning, the swords, discernment there. Okay. So one more card here. Okay. And then the Knight of Cups here. So the Knight of Cups is Pisces. So this is all about the knight is holding up the Holy Grail here. So knowing exactly what it is you're serving. Okay. Can be very compassionate work, very creative work, maybe something poetry or something very creative that you've been wanting to bring out into the world that maybe you need to pay attention to. Also paying attention to your dreams, to your intuition, and what's most precious to you. Okay, upholding that above everything else. Okay. All right. So Ega. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Thank you. Thank you from Amruta. Okay. AP. And Mickey. Okay. So Mickey is the person who knows me on Twitter. Okay. So I need AP. I did Barbara. So Mickey, if you want a reading, just put up your at least your sun, your moon, your rising sign. So I have a sense that helps me to tune into you. Okay. So I'm going to give Mickey a reading here. Wow, it's an hour almost gone by already. Okay. Okay, so Mickey, so just please, if you could put up your sun sign at least. Okay, so Mickey's not responding there. Okay, so let's do AP. AP, so whoever's got their stuff up there, I'm going to work with them. So AP, you're a Leo sun, Virgo ascendant, Libra moon. Okay, seem to be attracting similar signs here. Lots of Leos, Aquarius, Virgos. Okay, so AP. So what you need to do, hi Alana, okay. What you need to do, Alana, is just, again, sit up straight, close your eyes, put your feet on the floor, put your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your uterus, and then just think about whatever it is you need to know about. So, let's see. Alana, did you tell me what your stuff is there? Yes, Leo, Sun, Virgo, Ascendant, Libra, Moon. Okay. So whenever I get the message, I'll stop shuffling the cards. Okay. Okay, so you get the Magician. So this is the number 1 card here. So the Magician is always about new beginnings. Now, especially because right now, all that Aries energy is happening. It's like new initiatives for everybody in general, but especially for you. So the Magician symbolizes that you're meant to be the magician, which means your magic wand is your mind, it's your consciousness. So whatever the ideas, the words, the thoughts are that you have, you're creating your magical reality. Okay, so remember, this is your magic show. You're the producer, the actor, the projectionist. This is your movie. You get to create whatever it is you want. So be very careful, especially Mercury is retrograde. Be careful to think about whatever it is you want to know about. So again, new ideas, new beginnings coming, okay? And you also get the Fool. So you know what? Do something crazy. Do something you've always wanted to do that you go, nah, I can't do that. That's too crazy. Be the fool. Be the wise fool. Be the divine fool. Trust the universe. Live fully in the moment. Don't worry about what other people think at all, okay? Just think about you're a Leo sun, so usually you want to do what you want, but you've got that Libra moon, so you do care about what other people think, and you want everybody to think you're nice, and you're a hardworking Virgo rising. But this is about trust, being like, your inner child needs to play. This can also represent a literal child sometimes coming into your life, but a brand new baby, brand new beginning. Like, stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, okay? All right, then you get the Queen of Wands here. Again, this is Aries energy, so more emphasis on new beginnings, okay? New beginnings, okay? Aries, Mars in Aries right now. Look at where Aries is in your chart, if you know your astrology chart. Take up the initiative. What do you need to go to war on? That's Aries energy, the warrior. You need to strengthen yourself, okay? All right. And then the Taurus card. Okay, so Taurus. So paying attention to your body, paying attention to your gut wisdom. This is wealth. This is your resources. What's in your toolkit? Maybe you need to retool it or look at it or get new resources. Remember, this is all about new beginnings. Okay. And again, so these are going in order here. Gemini. So this is about partnerships, relationships, playfulness, getting the word out, thinking, communications. Okay. Um, Again, partnerships can be personal, can be business-like. Taking the reins. My sense is taking the reins. While Mercury is still retrograde, it can still be good. But this is while Mercury is back in Taurus for a while. You just want to kind of go over the groundwork, I would say. Okay, so my intuition is saying you need one more card. All right, so this is the Queen of Cups. So again, this is your home. Are you happy with where you're living? Pay attention to your emotional body, your stomach. You know, your stomach is always going to tell you, do I feel safe? Don't I feel safe? What do I need? So kind of it's still a time to reflect, even though there's this new impulse. Now, the thing about all the energy in Aries is it's like everybody's very impulsive. Okay. So Aries is in the 8th house. Okay. So very impulsive. So just sit with it for a bit. I would say wait until, Mercury at least goes direct at the beginning of June. Okay. All right. Aries in the 8th house. Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so Mickey, let's get to Mickey right now. Okay, so Mickey. So Mickey, you are Libra Sun, Cap Moon, Gemini Rising. Okay. All right, so Mickey, so what you need to do, again, the same, what you need to do is kind of just sit and take a deep breath and just think about whatever you want to know about. Put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your womb. And I always shuffle with my left hand. Now, I am right-handed, but the left hand is traditionally the non-dominant hand. It's where we tune into our own unconscious, so that helps me. And I when I do this, when I used to do this in person for people, and I probably still will again in the future, I ask people to shuffle with their left hand, non-dominant, intuitive, sourced hand. All right. So Mickey, okay, you get the card of wealth here. So the 10 of discs, wealth. So what makes you feel like I'm worth it? I'm worth $1 million. I already have everything I need. What makes me feel wealthy? This is on the physical plane. So this is about your health. So all of the aspects of yourself need to work together. This is the tree of life. So look at all those different aspects. What do I need to feel like $1 million? Okay. Hey, Susie Cat. Okay, again, the 9 of discs. Okay, we're going down the tree of life. If you know anything about the Kabbalah and the tree of life, you either go from the top down or the bottom up. It's very complex. Okay, but with this time we're going down the tree of life. So you need to kind of feel that sense of the fullness first and then bring it higher. Let's say bring it to a higher level. Okay. Ace of Cups. So again, new beginnings. So this can be, when you're manifesting new emotional beginnings, new feelings, new sensations, new intuition. Again, in the Ace of Wands. So again, new action. Again, kind of interesting. You need to get a sense of that it's already manifested. And then, how do I do this? Okay. You have to do it in a brand new way emotionally and a new way. Fire is spirit. Okay. Like Aries, it's actually a spirit sign. Okay. It's spiritual fire action. And then the Ace of Swords. So again, open your mind, open your emotions, open your spirit, open your mind. Okay. Yeah. And then the Ace of Discs. So they're all in order here. So you're working with all of the 4 worlds, all of the 4 elements. So everything, if you want to have power, you have to work with the 4 elements. Okay. And then you get the dot card here. So again, the key here is to listen fully to your higher self. I always use this as a nice confirmation card that your holy guardian angel is there. You just need to connect with it. You already got it. You just need to bring it down. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So think about that. Okay. Mickey. All right. So I just see Susie Cat there saying she's late. Okay. Susie Cat. All right. Let's get to Susie Cat. Hi, Karen. Was thinking about you earlier today. Nice to see you. All right. So Suze, Aries Moon. Moon to Aries today hit my 10th house, conjunct natal Jupiter in Aries now. Hey, good for you. So I've also got my Jupiter in Aries. Actually, the Mars Jupiter conjunction on the weekend is right on my Jupiter, opposite my Mars. So yeah, okay. So Suze, what's your sun sign though? Okay, great. I'm glad to hear people saying they're resonating. So Suze, sending love to all. We are one. Susie Cat, when is your birthday there? Okay, I'm glad to see more people join. It's very nice. Okay, how about we say we'll just do this on sheer Intuition. Okay, so Sue's, Sue's from the Grail Springs. All right, I believe. Okay. Again, 9 of discs. Gain of function is what's coming to me. So what does that mean to you? How do I need to function on a more, the 9's complete level to bring myself to bringing things all together? I mean, traditionally this is Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo. So do you love your work? Okay, Scorpio stellium, Mars and Sag conjunct. Okay, this is Virgo. So look at where Virgo is in your chart. Your work, your health. How do I bring all that together? How do I get centered in that? So there may be things to finish off, complete. Again, the number 9 here. Okay, and then the Ace of Cups, new beginning emotionally. So staying open to feel, okay, what's new for you. Okay, new possibilities emotionally. Okay, and then again, new possibilities on an energetic level. Now, of course, if you're getting all that Mars, Moon, Aries hitting your 10th house, it's in career. Okay, Jupiter, Aries, really expanding your career, really pushing, really getting it going. Now, the only thing about that Mars Jupiter conjunction I want to say here is that, it's on the 29th, is that Jupiter always over exaggerates and hypes up everything. Now, Mars is, anger, it's energy, it's sexual energy, it's passion, drive, it's very impulsive. It's like, I'm sorry to say, the astrology was so literal, that lone shooter, dangerous. So be careful not to go over the top, not to get too aggressive or competitive. That's an Aries thing. They like that. You got almost more energy than you need to know with. So you got to ground it. You need to channel it. Okay. All right. So channeling that energy. Yeah. Ace of Swords. So using the mind to direct the energy. Martial arts would be great for everybody to do martial arts or kickboxing or, get a punching bag and just, punch out whoever it is you can't stand in the world or whatever, the World Economic Forum, go punch out Carl Schwab, All right, so there's the Ace of Discs. Okay, so again, lots of new beginnings for you. And you get the higher self card too. Okay, so again, connecting with your higher self in a new way is very valuable for you. So again, if you listen to your higher self, the higher self is a mediating factor, so especially with all that Aries energy. You need to, really mediate. Is this the right thing to do before you run off, and shoot everything off too much, right? I mean, it's good to have all this energy after all that, Pisces, so much Pisces energy, but just to mediate it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. So important right now. Makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Mickey. Okay. So Karen. Karen's an old friend from way back. I think used to come to my blog all the time and on Twitter. Okay, finding myself again after some weird times. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Suze. Also trines Leo rising. Okay, so Karen, great. Okay, hi, Karen. Do you want to just tell me what your birth information is? Okay, what's your birth information? I know you like to be private. Okay. If you don't want to say, I'll just sort of go ahead then. Okay, so Karen. All right, so I'm just going to tune into you again. If you put your hands on your heart, right hand on your heart, left hand on your womb, your spirit womb. Just think about whatever it is you want to know about. I know Karen's in the States somewhere. Karen. Okay. 3/21/59. Okay, so March 21st. So you're right on the spring equinox archetypally. So Karen, are you a Pisces or an Aries? Because that's, the first day of spring can be the 20th even, or the 21st, the 22nd. Traditionally, it is the first day of spring. So you're born on the 0 Aries point, Karen. So as Mars just crossed into that, this is a big bang, big new beginning for you. You need to be strong and confident. Yeah, I'm the warrior. I'm going to go out and conquer my own world, So lots of energy there. Jupiter already crossed your sun. So this is the best in 13 years transit for you. Jupiter transit once every 13 years. So whatever doldrums or hard times you've been to, that's going to change now. Okay. You might want to think back about where you were. I guess it's 13 years ago was 2009. No, that's not right, is it? I can't think right now. I got my head into some other stuff. But anyway, 13 years ago. So Karen, so Jupiter will cross back into Pisces. I believe it's October the 28th. So again, Jupiter is going to cross your sun again and then come forward again on December the 20th. Okay. So that's a good thing for you. Okay. So you've got the Hierophant here, the number 5. So this card hasn't appeared before. So this is standing your ground. This is being fully embodied. You know, you're in Aries, fully embodied and speaking your truth. You know, Taurus, it's Taurus energy, rules the throat chakra. This card is quite different than the traditional card, which is usually the Pope. And so in this card, there's Isis or Venus there standing in front of the traditional masculine arbiter of God, which is what the Pope represents. Somebody is the connection to the higher, to God in whatever form you think. She stands in front of that masculine, and she's really the one, the intuition, again, the soul. You can see the Pope, the number 5, represents Venus's 5-pointed star or pentagram here. So speaking your truth by listening to your higher self. Okay. All right. But there are challenges. Okay. People with the number 5, you're in the middle of a 10-year cycle in terms of numerology. You tend to do things the hard way, but I believe that that's changing. Now you get the number 2 here, the High Priestess. Now these cards haven't come up for anybody else before. Again, having a balance in your life. She is the moon. You have to own that you're the High Priestess. She rules the veil between the worlds. Okay, so you have to stand in both worlds, in the intuitive and in the physical world, and balance them. And it gives you the emotional strength to carry on, to go forward. Okay. All right, and then you get the Hermit here. So the Hermit, the number 9. Again, these cards haven't come up for anybody else. Finishing off a major cycle here. You've been alone. You've been hiding out. You've been sort of tending to yourself, but that's ending right now. Okay. And then you get the Star. So Karen, you're getting totally different cards than anybody else did here. So again, bringing down the higher consciousness. I know you have a lot to bring to the world. This gives you a sense of detachment. And again, you're reinventing yourself, and you should get a makeover. This is Aquarius energy. Look where Aquarius is in your chart. You know, you need to be ready to be a star part. You're bringing your part into the world to help everybody else. Okay. Double Aries, Leo, Moon. Yeah, right. You're on fire, honey. There, you get the Sun card. Okay. So optimism, positive energy, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, joy, happiness, celebrate. Yeah, and very inspiring, Karen. Yeah, go get them. Get that makeover. You know, celebrate. Be at your source. You've been hiding your light for too long. Okay, it's time you need to get it out into the world. Okay. Yeah, that was a really unique reading because you see nobody else got those cards. Okay. So is there anybody else here? It's 111, 44. Hey, master numbers there. Very nice. Okay. So, all right. So I think I gave a reading to everybody that showed up. Okay. All right. So I kind of thought I would just totally play this by ear. So I want to thank you all for coming and showing up. And please follow me on, I'm all over the place on social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm on Facebook, not that much, but I am on Facebook. Please, you know, follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. It's backwards on there. Go to my website. Tracy, did I speak to you? Hold on a second. Why am I saying your name for the first time there? Okay, but I think we should kind of wrap it up. Go to my website, tarottarot.com. That website is going to be soon totally overhauled. I've got a little glitch in it. I can't touch it right now. But anyway, and also to thank you for coming, and in honor of World Tarot Day, I will honor a discount. So if you'd like to get personal readings, private readings, astrology, tarot, whatever, I'd be happy to do that. So just say, you know, that you saw me. I'll remember who was here as well. You saw me on World Tarot Day. So just quote that. I am a bit booked up until after the first week in June. I got to get my taxes done, just like everybody else, all that Saturn stuff. So have a magical evening. And yeah, come and follow me also on the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and wishing you many, many blessings on World Tarot Day. Thank you so much. All the best to you all. Many blessings. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon. tarottarot.com.